of money. I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a coca key. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's you heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad, pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slayer, pay what it call for the tail, extra with the band, young Chris a king, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great, I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake, I got extras on the plate, I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
The Carolina Rains have arrived as we are inside a soggy Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Willis looking to throw it. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Play action. Willis. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. D'Angelo Malone in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10. A nice punt, but a good run back as well at 13 yards. And it will be Falcon football. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
These two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. Open man is Ross, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Smith now to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Daniil Hunter manually recording his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up the sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week.
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's going to get hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Here's Chandler on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Hurt! Right there, hurt! Buffalo 18! Go!
Now a handoff to Chandler. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. If the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace and change direction, that's often the end result.
18, Panther 11, Panther 11.
On 1st down, Willis. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Panthers at 6-3 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Mustang 19. Top 50, top 50. 79 Broncos. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. 3rd down, it's Willis. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. A good pickup there at 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. We're scoreless after 1. 2nd quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Check. Hey, check that. Street.
Here's Chandler. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Head the street.
They go play action with Willis. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Rohrwasser's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Now a throw here to his running back, and they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That one is blown up by Jordan Brooks, the linebacker.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Pete Warner charging hard for that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
Okay, I'm not sure you can actually drop that pass rush in that one right there. Nowhere to go inside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In a double range, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
We talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Back to 60!
From the 41, Willis. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Michael Pittman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Six yards left on second down. Now Smith. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Gino now to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Gino. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now Gino. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The kick by McManus is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
From the 30 on second down, Willis. He'll get this one to Pittman. Finding room in midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
18 Rattler. Panther 11, Panther 11. Mustang 19. Trap 50, trap 50.
On 1st down, Willis. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
79 Broncos. 19 tight, 19 tight. Warriors 17. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Dragon 60.
To throw, here's Willis. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Here's Willis, 3rd and long. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable, because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
Hey, he was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole sprig now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground, as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jordan. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes for the launcher. Wind up losing 3. Now it's 3rd down.
It's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, they ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 2nd down and 4. Willis, throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around the bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way gun. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now Chandler. He'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run the option left. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment, running plays like this, and they still worry about it. But when you can break up big chunks of yardage like that, it's worth the risk. Plus, you're coaching that quarterback to see those guys coming and get down before the big hit occurs. They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler, Panther 11, Panther 11.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Willis, he'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Panthers have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Smith. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 61 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Swift. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
19 tight.
On 2nd and goal, Smith. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The former 3rd-round pick, Justin Jones, bringing the number at time.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now Smith on 3rd and goal. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This from 25 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there. Hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 66 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely deep things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Right back to him on 1st down. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach, he's in big trouble.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Off the play fake, here's Willis. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They run it with Chandler. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down midfield. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. They lead the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game will breathe a little easier on the sideline.
The idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game, that means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Willis's throw brought in by Bellinger. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Panthers. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
You can imagine we were in the owner's box right now. We could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present, making plays, and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I mean, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it, and the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now from the gun, here's Willis. And this one's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Play fake. Here's Willis. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, check that, street.
Now a handoff up the middle. Chandler to about the 40-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On the move past the 40. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold it to just a yard.
Up the middle they go. It's Chandler, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Left wing 19. Trap 50. Trap 50. 79 Broncos. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Here's Willis on 3rd and long. Going for it all. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So out comes Justin Rohrwasser in the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Rohrwasser's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Taken at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. John Ross, 77 yards. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Willis to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Smith now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely football territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And that is incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down.
That's caught by Wilson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Now it's Smith. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Connor Duggar who breaks it. And the Panthers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for the Panthers, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens.
Hello?
Meanwhile, for the Falcons,
what up? You just saw that win?
they dropped to 6-4 now. And they're going to change.
Oh no, I accidentally looked at my stats. Dang. Fuck. Oh, it still say it, but if I back out, yeah. If I back out and go back in. I did. But I had a dev game, man. I didn't. But the whole game is. Oh, it's safe. It's safe. I back out and went back in and it's safe. And so I got my brick out. They be like, I told you, coach. Nah, my safety, Duggar. God, Duggar. He be rocking people and getting picks. Oh, no days off. Yeah, it's saved. It's saved. Whew, for sure. Yep. Yeah, tupata. Yep. Tupata. Shoot, I only got 2 trade games. No, three this season. I only got 3. My running back is a beast. 95 speed, 97 excel. He be schooling. What? Oh no. Hold on. I gotta we about to watch these birthing videos real quick and then I'll be on later. Not birthday videos, the classes. Alright, I'll be on later. Okay. Stop, itchy funky dog. Itchy funky dog. Player stats. Duplicate. That's me. Where your laptop at, baby? In your purse? Oh, it's right there. Let me see that thing. Let me log into this thing. Look at that thing. Let me see that thing. With this thing. This thing. Into your bed locker, please. Get your ass up.
What are you doing? I'm gonna get up.
Baby, Slide into the next page. What's wrong with them, Blue? Rats. You said it. I really have no clue what you just said. What you said? Baby, you got that fire. See, that Guam is something absurd, you feel me? So I'm not typing all damn thing.
What people do.
Hey, you ain't got to do all that squeezing up in here. Back up.
Hey, Dan, he didn't do anything wrong.
You see these, boy?
Blueberry. Blueberry. Look. 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 Get down. You won't rub. Look. You won't rub. It's not punches. He's funny out for it.
Huh?
He's funny out for it. Everybody's a shut. Hello, what you doing?
Get your ass out the way! Get your ass! You have been a thorn in my ass, man. Baby, you got that fire.
Whoa, what's happening?
Oh, it's about to die. What is charger?
I gotta get up.
Something.
What have I been so far?
So I can sit down and direct this PowerPoint.
Aww.
What? I didn't know automatic house is gonna get done. Dude, I want fuck. Oh, I got things to do.
You just want to get back on the game.
No, well, that's not what I'm talking about. Need your help.
I need your help.
I think this pull your arms out of socket.
I'm going to be on myself.
Alright, if that's how it's gonna go. Come on.
Well, you come on.
What you thought? What you thought? I thought you was fine. right there.
Why is you rushing me? I feel a little rushed.
Well, you need to pick up the pace if you feel rushed. I'm saying that's not weak. Baby, you got that iron. Oh, you got that iron speed. So, motherfucker. Okay, wait. Don't get you on. Okay, wait. Don't die Ow. Ow.
You want me to go ahead and get him over with? Hey, I'm not gonna wide open with you.
That's how you know we lit.
Now we can't. Let's get it to that point or how to use it. That's crazy. 11. What the hell? What the hell? Who's gonna do it? 11 3. Oh boy! If it's gonna be that cold, it might as well be snow. That's crazy. You plug up the Christmas tree? Oh. It's just so nice. You see the new pillow?
Get out my baby's room. Hey, that jungle. Lions ain't even in the jungle. They in the savannah.
Hey, baby. Hey. What you doing? About to eat dinner. What'd you make? Yesterday, Dan cooked Cajun Alfredo pasta with some turkey sausage. Oh, dishes. And so we eat leftovers. Look, I'm getting food off the floor. Sit on the floor. What are you doing? In the dark?
Head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Money on my mind, head in the game. It's like I scored again, diamonds on them dance. I can hear the music playing with the bands. Crowd going wild, dive in the pants. I'm locking in on a mission, I'm turning my vision. You young and she get like me. I got your shorty, she with me. I gave her a jersey, I told her to join my team. It's best you go where it's safe. You know how I play. I get to a sack like Frank. I teach money to fly, I turn it up hop. I catch it and go to the bank. It's crazy, I'm used to the lights. I'm shining so bright. This visor to cover my face. You see me working, I'm getting it done. And soon they be feeding me grapes. I told my boss, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. They screaming my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking next, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them with down. I'm in LA, riding around in the round. My dog just called, say he finna touch down. When I call him play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money calling right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is man, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize. Yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go. I told my boys, it ain't no limits. Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game. Head in the game, head in the game. Turned up, turned down right now. Two dope, they better get around right now. Hey, I'm too turned up, turned down right now. Two dope, they better get around right now.
Sit your ass. Get your ass back in the bed. Very good. Get your ass in the bed. Get in the bed. Get in the bed. Get in the bed. Sit your booty down. Sit your booty down. Sit your booty down. Sit your booty down. So I can pull this up. And we can get this Mother Loving party started, ladies and gentlemen. So, have you ever been to a birth? No. That is good, that is great. Let us thank you for our plate. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the baby and the mother. Please protect us in this time. Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Get out of here. Avoid the fear of tension. It's natural to be scared of things that you have not felt before, but keep in mind that the fear of labor pains leads to tense muscles. When your muscles are tense, they get less oxygen, causing increased pain. Pattern continues, lead to even more fear and discomfort. This is called fear, tension, and pain cycle. So you have to loosen.
The doctors are labor. COVID. Okay. This is out and passenger. Stop, Lou. Powers. The use is ending that power your labor. The use contracts and opens your cervix. The top of your uterus is provides enough strength to push your baby into the birth. Strong, consistent contractions open your cervix quicker and weaker contractions. You are much responsible for the labor experience and how you feel. Body contractions are going to stay relaxed to make you feel more comfortable. Prepare ahead of time for support. People. You my people.
I'm your people.
You're going to help me stay comfortable and calm and talk about hopes and fears and practice relaxation techniques.
Contractions felt, I guess, like intense menstrual cramps. And most of my labor was in the back. I don't remember too much pain. It did actually get painful when I got distracted. And then, you know what I mean? It felt like pain. And then I would stop and concentrate, okay, what's happening to my body? Okay, it's, just the uterus is contracting. And I just felt like a contracting muscle, and it was very intense.
The emotional state of mom is really critical to how comfortable she is in labor. Because when you're in a place where you feel very safe and very comfortable and comforted, then your brain is releasing those comfort hormones. However, if she moves into an emotional state where she has anxiety or fear, then her brain starts to release stress hormones. And stress hormones increase our perceptions of pain.
Using the acronym PAIN, let's explore the positive aspects of labor pain that make it different from other types of pain we experience, and more manageable. First, labor pain is purposeful because it brings about the birth of your baby, and it ends after this amazing job is done. Second, labor pain is anticipated. Unlike other types of pain, you can prepare for labor in advance. Third, most labor pain is intermittent, meaning that it comes and goes with each contraction. Like waves in an ocean, each contraction builds to a peak of intensity and then subsides. In between contractions, you'll have the chance to rest and regroup. Finally, labor pain is normal. Unlike most other pain we feel, labor discomfort is part of a healthy process that's not caused by injury, sickness, or disease. While it still might hurt, it can be helpful to remember that it's not a sign that something's wrong, but rather that everything is moving along exactly as it needs to. So remember that labor pain is purposeful, anticipated, intermittent, and normal. These characteristics motivate many women to approach labor with a positive attitude and cope by using a variety of comfort techniques.
During mental pregnancy, the uterus tightens and relaxes with Braxton Hicks contractions. Think of them as warm-up contractions, you know. They stretch and strengthen the uterus for childbirth, but they do not open the cervix. A few notes. They may be felt about 20 weeks and increase later. They occur with no regular pattern. If they happen regularly before you they can cause mild to moderate discomfort. Resting, drinking water, emptying your bladder, or changing positions can ease these warm-up contractions. Another video. Another video.
Days or weeks before you actually go into labor, you may see some signs that your body is getting ready to give birth. During the last months of pregnancy, you may experience warm-up contractions called Braxton Hicks contractions. The uterus contracts and relaxes as it prepares for labor. While some women may not feel Braxton Hicks contractions, others experience a slight discomfort. Either way, they are often too weak and not frequent enough to open your cervix very much. In fact, Braxton Hicks contractions are irregular, last less than 30 seconds each, and eventually fade away. If you start to feel them, empty your bladder, lie down, or drink water to see if they stop. If your contractions continue to develop a pattern, you'll need to figure out if they're true labor contractions. To do this, start timing how long each one lasts and how far apart they are.
We've had, since we started recording, we've had 18 contractions.
I didn't need larger meals. I do have less heartburn. Breathing is not easy.
Another sign that labor is near is when your baby drops deeper into your pelvis. This is called lightning or engagement. For first-time moms, it usually happens about 2 weeks before labor. Some moms might not even notice it happening. It's called lightning because you will probably be able to breathe more easily since your baby is no longer pressing against your lungs. There is also less pressure on your stomach, so you might be able to eat larger meals and get some relief from heartburn. However, you will probably feel more pressure on your bladder after the baby drops, which means more frequent trips to the bathroom.
You get your ass back in here! release of mucus plug. That sounds nice.
Is that like another way of saying water butt?
No. So it's a thick plug of mucus that keeps the uterus sealed during pregnancy. Comes out when the cervix thins and opens. This usually happens anywhere from a few weeks before labor to the onset of labor. That can also happen during labor. When the plug falls out, it may cause clear, pink, brown, or slightly blood spotting, or you may notice a glob of mucus. Some women do not notice anything at
Yeah, we can't even see our vagina, so if I'm peeing and that thing falls out, I fucking know. I can't see what's happening. Okay. The weight loss is 1 to 3 pounds. Diarrhea. That's great.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a video.
Okay, at least it's animated.
Your whole crap gets out.
Why are you all looking straight?
Another sign that labor may be near is the release of the mucus plug. As you get closer to labor, your cervix begins to thin out and open.
You need to be paying attention.
This releases the mucus that has kept the uterus sealed during pregnancy. Some women notice spotting of blood or mucus when the plug is released. This usually occurs a few days or weeks before labor, or for some moms, right at the start.
So I couldn't not even have you.
Possibly. Contractions, you gotta know how to count your contractions. That's easy.
Yep.
I had to work all the damn time.
How to time.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
When the time is right and your body has made its necessary preparations, you and your baby will start the exciting journey of labor. Typically, labor starts with contractions as the uterine muscle tightens and relaxes. Unlike warm-up contractions, true labor contractions don't fade away, no matter what you do. Instead, they develop a pattern. They become stronger, last longer, and happen more frequently. Once you begin having regular contractions, you should call your healthcare provider.
She's in labor for sure, and yeah, we want to wait a little bit, so it's not longer than health.
The doctor or midwife will probably want to talk to you to assess how you're feeling.
Oh, I'm kind of having one, so it's hard for me to talk.
Back your bitch ass up.
No.
True labor contractions eventually tighten the entire uterus. They usually cause pressure on the lower back and lower belly, last longer over time, become stronger, grow closer together, do not stop when you change activity or walking may make them stronger, cause the cervix to thin and open. The warm-ups tighten portions of the uterus, do not usually cause back pressure, ease up over time, lose intensity over time, have no regular pattern, may stop when you rest, drink water, empty your bladder, or change positions, and does not cause change in the cervix. Breaking of the waters. 10% of women, the bag of water breaks before contractions begin. Oh, it's only 10% of people's water break. I didn't know that. True labor contractions might start soon after your water breaks. For a majority of women, the bag breaks later in labor when contractions are stronger. Even after the bag breaks, more fluid is made to cushion the baby. Call your healthcare provider if your water breaks. Call your healthcare provider. Use the acronym COATS to describe the fluid. Pay attention to the color of the fluid, the odor, the amount, and time. What time you noticed it.
Okay.
If you're uncertain if your water has broken, still call your healthcare provider. You may be asked to come to the office or hospital right away for a checkup. It's a water breaking stimulation.
For about 10% of moms, labor starts when the bag of waters, or amniotic sac, breaks. When this happens, you might notice a trickle or gush of fluid. For most moms, their water breaks later on during the labor process. Call your healthcare provider if your water breaks. Be ready to report what you notice. Just remember the word coat. To help you describe the color, was it clear or brownish? Odor, was it odorless or did it have a strong smell?
No.
Amount, was it a slow leak or a gush of fluid? And time, when did it happen? Usually, regular labor contractions start soon after the bag breaks or within a number of hours.
I was at home, and the night before I was having some contractions, and my water broke. So I knew that, things were getting started, and labor, had already started, and we were getting ready to have a baby.
Stages of labor overview. Many factors affect your labor and how long it lasts. In fact, the total length of labor can vary from 6 hours or less to 24 hours or more. Labor is usually longer for first-time moms. This app provides average time lengths of women having their first baby. Keep in mind that the length of your labor may be different. Stages of labor summary. First stage, thinning and opening up the cervix. Early labor, 0 to... That's the dilation.
Second stage, pushing in by start delivery of the placenta for recovery on vaccine.
During labor, your cervix and faces thins out and dilates and opens. That's before labor. This is during labor. It's that big. First stage of early labor lasts 6 to 12 hours, may last a day or more. Contractions are mild and spaced apart. Cervix dilates 0 to 6 centimeters. Other physical symptoms: spots of blood called show as the cervix dilates. This is normal, indicates that your labor is progressing. Your bag of waters may break due to the stronger contractions. Emotions: excited but anxious about how labor will go. How partners can help time the contractions and rest, take a walk together, offer her books, card games, or other calm activities. Stay hydrated and offer light meals to eat. Most expectant parents feel more comfortable if they stay home during early labor. This is a good time to drink water, eat light snacks, rest, or take a short walk. A warm shower or bath may feel nice, but check with your healthcare provider before getting into the tub if you think your water has broken. When to go to the hospital. It's likely that you won't need to go to the hospital until your contractions are 5 minutes apart, last 1 minute each, and continue in this pattern for 1 hour. Use the 511 as a general guide, but also follow your healthcare provider's instructions and trust your instincts. You need to contact your health provider and go to the hospital sooner than 511 if you vomit with contractions, feel rectal pressure, are unable to walk or talk through contractions, think your bag of waters is broken, tested positive for Group B strep, live far from the hospital, or you progress quickly.
This animation shows the changing cervix. During early labor, the cervix dilates from 0 to 6 centimeters and begins to thin. In order for this to happen, contractions must gradually become longer, stronger, and closer together.
That's it.
Miramar's contractions are not very strong yet, and she and her husband Tim try using movement to get labor going.
During early labor, I was trying to relax. I tried a couple of the techniques that they showed us with the birthing ball. which were very helpful actually, because I was experiencing some back pain too, which I hadn't experienced up until that point.
I was trying to keep mentally present enough to be able to help. I was just enjoying the calm parts before we actually got to the hospital.
Your emotions will change throughout labor. During early labor, you might feel excited because your labor is underway. It's also perfectly normal to feel a little anxious about how your labor will progress. During early labor, Jenny decided to stay at home and distract herself with a game and rest when she could. She also nourished herself with light snacks and drank plenty of fluids.
Well, I started to feel some small contractions, and so then we decided that we wanted to have some distractions, some games, and have some fruit. And he was constantly trying to help me with making sure I had enough water, and so that was helpful.
First stage of active labor. Lasts 3 to 5 hours or more. Contractions are stronger. Last 45 to 60 seconds. Are 3 to 5 minutes apart. Your cervix dilates to 6 to 8 centimeters. Spots of blood. This is normal. Indicates that your labor is progressing. Yep. Emotions more serious and focus. Assist her in changing positions. Help use relaxation and comfort measures. Make sure you're comfortable between contractions. A change in intensity and regularity of your contractions lets you know that you're moving into active labor. At the hospital, your dilation is measured during a pelvic exam.
Anterior position. Most babies turn so they face your back. Posterior position, face your front. This may cause uncomfortable back pain and slow your labor. Try different labor positions to help your baby turn or progress slowly.
At this point, these stronger contractions are working to thin and open the cervix from 6 to 8 centimeters. Laura and Brandon have been laboring at home all day and are now trying to decide when it's time to go to the hospital.
I don't know, we should too. I just don't know how long we should stay here.
What's coming? Right. Oh, don't take the pressure off. Ooh. 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 Okay, get ready to go. Sure.
As the intensity of active labor increases, your emotions will likely change, becoming more serious and focused. This is the time to tap into your inner strength and rely more heavily on your support people.
We're going to the car.
It's time for Janine and Brandon to go to the hospital. Her contractions are very strong now, making it difficult to get to the car.
Oh, damn, they're upstairs and all that shit. He looked at the cameras like, get the fuck out of my way.
Okay.
You want to stop there? So with me being the sole support person for Janine when she went into active labor, I felt a lot of responsibility to make sure things went well, to make sure things kept on moving forward. Yeah, just to be that solid rock.
Oh, goodness. I mean, at that point, I was making all kinds of noise. It was just really hard to get through those contractions.
It's such a strange feeling to see like how you focus for contractions, because in the moment you really block everything out. I blocked everything out. I don't know what was going on around me. Nothing else really mattered, but I just got in the zone and just kind of these like primordial instincts came in, and I just basically blocked everything out.
She went from dealing with the pain pretty well to having to breathe through it, using me and her father to get her through it, because they slowly got harder and harder and harder.
Transition. This lasts 30 minutes to 2 hours. Contractions are at their strongest. They last 60 to 90 seconds and are 1 to 2, 3 minutes apart. They may also peak twice before subsiding. Cervicitis to 8 to 10. You maybe have chills, shaking, nausea, increased pressure in the pelvis and rectum. Your emotions frustrated and more dependent on support people. Offers increased emotional support with encouraging words. Provide focus during contractions by using direct eye contact and brief instructions.
Active labor progresses into the third and final part of the first stage, called transition. During this part, your cervix thins and opens completely from 8 to 10 centimeters. Because of how intense transition is, you might feel overwhelmed and more dependent on others. Miramar experiences nausea and vomiting as she progresses to transition. It's also common to experience hot flashes, chills, or shaking.
My water broke right before I was fully dilated. The water broke!
My daddy will not be in my face.
So that was so looking back, I can kind of decipher like what the stages were, even though it was such a blur, but I knew that that was transition.
Contractions are usually at their strongest during transition. Continuing to use a variety of positions and comfort techniques can help. Chrislyn, a third-time mom, is now going through transition, and her labor has progressed quickly. Her husband Marcus and her other support people work to keep her focused.
We just need to shift our attention to, getting her to realize that, she could do it, that it wasn't an impossible task. And she's a strong little person. It's been amazing to watch.
That's the old black lady.
Pushing. Wow, how long it lasts? 20 to 3 hours. 20 minutes to 3 hours or more. Contractions are still longer in duration of 60 to 90 seconds, but are usually less intense and less frequent than those in transition phase. Cervix is fully dilated, urge to bear down and push with contractions. Emotional lift, but quite tired. Help her move into comfortable, productive positions, provide focus, emotional support, and words of encouragement. There may be a resting period of about 20 minutes or more between full dilation and feeling more contractions.
Laura has a short resting period after she's fully dilated, then feels a strong urge to push.
Can I push? I did not know how to push. I just kind of put my head down, like they said, you kind of want to put your head down and push down with it. And I basically just pushed from like the bottom part of my body. And I don't think I knew what I was doing, but I felt the pressure of her coming. So I just kept pushing with that pressure.
At this point in labor, the top of the uterus is very thick and pushes on the baby with each contraction, helping the baby to move through the pelvis. Pushing in an upright position helps this process along and uses gravity to its advantage. You might feel an overwhelming mix of emotions during this stage, such as relief and a burst of energy. You may also feel exhausted and frustrated, especially if pushing takes longer or is more difficult than you expected.
Fetal descent in bony plates? During the second stage of labor, your baby moves down through the pelvis, and this is called descent. Descent is measured by where your baby head sits, called pelvic station. If you would like to know about your baby's pelvic station, you can ask your doctor or midwife during cervical checks. As you push, your baby's head descends and then slips back slightly between contractions. The skull is made up of separate bony plates. These plates slide over each other to help the head fit through the birth canal. This gives many newborn babies a cone-shaped head in the days or weeks after birth.
As you push with each contraction, your baby's head moves down and then slips back slightly in between contractions. To help her head descend more easily, her skull is made up of separate bony plates that slide together to help her head fit through the birth canal. This is what gives many newborns a cone-shaped head for a few days or so after birth.
Emotional reactions during birth vary. You may feel shaky, overjoyed, relieved, or very tired. You may cry or feel like laughing. Your partner may have a response that is similar or completely different from your own. Just remember, there is no right way to feel. Head crowns. With the last few pushes, the baby's head crowns. This is when it stretches the vagina opening and does not slip back between contractions. Next, the baby extends her neck, his or her neck, and lifts his chin, allowing his head to move through the birth canal. Head turns. The baby's head usually emerges face down, then turns. Shoulders emerge with the next push. One shoulder comes out and then the other. Baby is born. After the shoulders are free, the rest of him slips out.
The baby's head crowns when the vaginal opening is stretched to the fullest and her head does not slip back between contractions. You might feel some burning and stretching during crowning. Next, your baby extends her head and lifts her chin, allowing the crown through and out the birth canal.
You got it, boo.
Her head starts emerging face down and then turns to line up with her shoulders, which are still inside of them. With the next push, one shoulder comes out and then the other. The rest of your baby slips out and she is born.
Like feeling your head come out and like just feeling the body come out. It was such an intense emotion. It really was just such a piece of heaven for me.
Finally seeing what was inside Laura was incredible, and she's ours and our responsibility, and something that we get to raise forever, so it's great.
Okay, breathe.
If there are no birth complications, your doctor and midwife will hand you your baby right away.
Everybody get the house!
You see Grandma with the camera, bro?
With no clothing or organs between you, helps stabilize your temperature, breathing, and blood sugar levels. You may notice that she calms down when she feels your warm skin.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Somebody with a flash.
Hold your baby on your bare chest as soon as he's born with no clothes or blanket between you. This helps regulate his temperature, breathing, and blood sugar levels. You may also notice that he calms down when he feels your warm skin. Studies show that babies held to skin right after birth cry less in the first 90 minutes of life than those who aren't quickly. Third stage delivery of the placenta. This happens 5 to 20 minutes after the baby's birth. It lasts only a few minutes. Physical signs: a contraction that signals you to push the placenta out. Your healthcare provider might help the process by gently or using medication if needed. Emotions: happy but exhausted. The doctor or midwife checks to make sure that the placenta was pushed out in one piece. He or she may massage the top of your abdomen and help your uterus contract and prevent too much bleeding. Deep breathing helps if it hurts.
5 to 20 minutes after your baby is born, You move to the third stage of labor, delivery of the placenta. As the uterus starts shrinking, the placenta detaches. You'll feel another contraction as your body prepares to deliver it. A few minutes after birth, Laura delivers the placenta, which is examined by her doctor to check for anything abnormal.
Looks perfect.
After Nakaya delivers her placenta, the midwife massages the top of her abdomen to help her uterus continue to shrink and decrease bleeding. This massage can be uncomfortable, so she takes deep breaths to help with the discomfort.
Recovery and breastfeeding. This is the first few hours after birth. You might feel mild contractions called after pains as the uterus returns to its regular size and you experience some bleeding. Your body is making hormones that help you bond with your newborn. They also increase your urge to protect and nourish. Hold your baby skin to skin and breastfeed within the first hour after birth to support long-term breastfeeding and milk production. This also helps your uterus contract to its normal size. As you hold your baby skin to skin, he may find your nipple and start breastfeeding. It's recommended that your baby stays on your chest until he breastfeeds, even if it's just a short suckle. Breastfeeding soon after birth helps contract your uterus to control bleeding. It's also a wonderful way to bond and help your baby feel safe and secure. Ask the nurses to help with breastfeeding if you need it. This is learning time for both you and your baby. If you and your baby are separated, even if you and your baby are separated after birth because of a medical condition, you can continue to breastfeed or provide express milk to your newborn. The hospital staff know that you want to breastfeed and start pumping as soon as possible. If your baby is in NICU, breastfeed your baby there or have express milk provided. If you or your baby are transferred to another hospital, keep expressing your milk. If you or the baby are rehospitalized after discharge, ask about rooming in with your baby.
During the fourth stage, your uterus becomes more firm as it continues to contract and shrinks to about the size of a cantaloupe in the hours after birth. But you won't be back to your pre-pregnancy size for a while. Don't worry, as your uterus shrinks, so will your belly. Holding your baby skin to skin and feeding your baby within the first hour of life is shown to have a positive effect on long-term breastfeeding, milk production,